Good day to you, wherever you're listening in from, and welcome back to Goldrush Crypto Daily. I hope you're all having a fantastic day because honestly, what I'm about to walk you through today is exactly the kind of story that reminds me why I'm so bullish on this market right now. We're talking about Kaspa, Kas, and if you've been paying attention, you know this coin has been quietly building something really, really special. Today we've got institutional signals, unmoved supply at all-time highs, infrastructure rollouts, and community conviction that's honestly hitting different. So if you're not already subscribed to this channel, smash that subscribe button right now, because we're about to break down why everything is pointing to something massive for Kaspa. Alright, let's get right into it. Alright, so the first thing I need to talk about came straight from Bunzi over at the Kaspa community, and honestly, this one metric tells you everything you need to know about where this market is heading. Kaspa's unmoved supply, that's coins that haven't moved in over a year, just hit an all-time high of 36.79% of circulating supply. We're talking about November 21st, this just happened. This number was at 34.1% just 2 weeks ago, and now it's shot up to nearly 37%. You can't make this stuff up. Now I know that might sound like a boring metric if you're new to crypto, so let me break down why this absolutely matters. When holders aren't moving their coins, when they're just sitting tight, not panic selling, not taking profits, it tells you something really important: conviction. Real, deep conviction. These aren't day traders. These are the people who believe in the project, believe in the fundamentals, and believe we're still early. And here's the thing that really gets me: we've seen this pattern before, and it worked out incredibly well. Bitcoin's unmoved supply hit 70% back during the 2020 to 2021 cycle, and that's literally right before Bitcoin made its legendary moves. That's the setup we're looking at with Kaspa right now. Think about what this means. You've got over a third of all Kaspa tokens just sitting there, locked up by believers. The selling pressure is drying up. The weak hands have already left. What's left is the real community. The ones who understand the technology, the ones who see where this is headed, and the ones who are willing to wait. This is exactly the kind of chart pattern in terms of holder behavior that precedes major moves. When 36% of your supply is unmoved for over a year, that's not a sign of a dying project. That's a sign of a project that's about to explode. The diamonds are stacked, the setup is clean, and everything's pointing to something big. Now, this brings us to something that's going to blow your mind, and this is where it gets even more interesting. Earlier this week, Crypto Proselyte shared a breakdown of BGIN Blockchain's SEC Prospectus filing, and what it reveals about their relationship with Kaspa is absolutely massive. Listen to this. 90.88% of BGIN's mining machine sales in 2024 were Kaspa-specific. 90.88%. And the vast majority of their mining revenue came from Kaspa mining. These aren't small numbers we're talking about here. This is a company whose entire business model is betting on Kaspa's success. What does that tell you? It tells you that serious institutional-level operators are building infrastructure around Kaspa. They're not hedging their bets. They're not diversifying across every coin. They're going all in on Kaspa because they believe in the fundamentals, the technology, and the long-term vision. But here's where it gets really interesting. BGIN filed this prospectus, and in the filing, I'm not making this up, they quote an industry forecast that projects Kaspa hitting 12 cents by the end of 2025 and $1.16 by the end of 2030. Now, that's a massive move from where we are today, but the author who shared this actually said something even more bullish. They said their own prediction is much higher than this, and they believe we'll reach that $1.16 target much earlier than 2030. Think about what that means. An institutional mining company is so confident in Kaspa's trajectory that they filed it with the SEC. They're not hiding this. They're putting it on the public record, and they're operating mining farms across the U.S., including facilities in Nebraska, all running Kaspa-specific hardware. Now, I want to be real with you about one thing. The filing also disclosed a hardware impairment they took in 2024 when Kaspa prices dipped. That's a reminder that miner economics are sensitive to volatility. But you know what? They didn't pivot. They didn't abandon Kaspa. They doubled down on their infrastructure. That tells me they're looking at this as a long-term play. The bottom line here is simple. Institutional miners, institutional infrastructure providers, they're positioning for Kaspa adoption. This isn't retail hype. This is real infrastructure being built by companies that have serious skin in the game. That's the kind of signal that precedes major moves, and we're seeing it play out in real time. And speaking of infrastructure, here's something that just dropped that shows the ecosystem is expanding in real, tangible ways. Kaspa Daily posted about the first Kaspa-based web browser being released in test mode, and this is the kind of utility play that actually changes how people interact with blockchain. This browser, called Navigate, is built on Flutter, and it integrates Kaspa's BlockDAG directly into the experience. What does that mean? It means you can resolve Kaspa name service domains, .cas domains, right on the blockchain. No centralized DNS servers needed, no intermediaries, just pure, decentralized web access secured by Kaspa's own infrastructure. The browser comes with a non-custodial Kaspa wallet, so you can check your balance in real time. It's got peer-to-peer encrypted messaging built in, it's got an AI assistant, and here's the security layer that really impressed me. 3-layer blockchain verification to prevent man-in-the-middle attacks and domain hijacking. That's not just feature-rich, that's enterprise-grade security. This just got released for community testing on macOS, open source, so everyone can check the code on GitHub. We're talking about actual Web3 infrastructure being built on Kaspa's sub-second block times. Linux and Windows support is coming. This is the kind of ecosystem expansion that shows Kaspa isn't just a store of value or a trading asset. It's becoming actual infrastructure that people use. And that matters because infrastructure leads adoption. Adoption leads demand. Demand leads price appreciation. We're watching the building blocks get put into place, and most people have no idea this is even happening. Now, all of this infrastructure, all of these institutional signals, all of these bullish metrics, they show up in one place more clearly than anywhere else: community sentiment. And Kaspa Daily just shared something that's honestly pretty incredible. Kaspa ranks number 2 in overall bullish sentiment right now at 83%. 83%. We're talking about holders who are unfazed by market swings, who treat every dip as noise instead of signal. That's not the sentiment of a community that's worried. That's the sentiment of a community that knows something big is coming, and they're not going to let short-term volatility shake them. I've been watching crypto cycles for years, and let me tell you, when you see community conviction this strong, combined with the institutional signals we just talked about, combined with unmoved supply hitting all-time highs, combined with new infrastructure launches like this web browser, that's not random. That's not luck. That's the setup. That's the calm before the storm. The beauty of Kaspa is that the holders aren't just hoping. They're not blind believers. They understand the technology. They understand the BlockDAG architecture that lets Kaspa process transactions in sub-seconds. They understand that this is solving real problems that slower blockchains can't handle, and they're willing to wait because they know we're still early. No matter what the short-term price action looks like, the fundamentals are getting stronger every single week. The infrastructure is being built. The institutions are positioning. The community is holding strong. Everything's lining up perfectly. Look, I know crypto can feel like a roller coaster. Some days you're up, some days you're down, and it's easy to get caught in the noise. But when you zoom out and you see what's actually happening, the unmoved supply building, the institutional alignment, the ecosystem expansion, the community conviction, it tells a story that's hard to ignore. We've waited long enough. The pieces are in place. This is exactly the kind of setup that precedes the real moves, and I'm more confident than ever that we're about to see something massive. I want to give a huge thank you to everyone who's been tuning in, engaging with the channel, and sharing this journey with us. This community is what makes this possible. Whether you're a day trader, a long-term holder, or someone just trying to figure out where the market's headed, I appreciate every single one of you. So here's what I need from you. If this breakdown was helpful, smash that like button. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Where do you see Kaspa by the end of 2025? And don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell because we've got another massive update coming tomorrow. The crypto market moves fast, and you don't want to miss what's next. This is Goldrush Crypto Daily. Keep your eyes on the charts, your heart in the game, and let's get rich together. Before I go, I need to say this. Nothing I've shared today is financial advice. Do your own research. Crypto is volatile, carry risk, and you should only invest what you can afford to lose. But if you believe in the fundamentals like I do, well, that's a different story. Stay safe out there.